Hello, small group leaders. I hope you're doing well and that you have had an opportunity this week to experience at least one way in which God has been good to you. Now, obviously, we're not having small group tonight, but I wanted to get this information out to you early for next week. Next week, we are continuing a series called Life's Greatest Questions. And the question that we're going to be tackling is, how can I make the right decision? Life is full of decisions, right? I mean, there's big decisions where we're trying to make a decision whether or not we should stay in the same job. And then there's small decisions like, should I get Frosted Flakes or Cocoa Puffs? So life is full of decisions and we want them to be right. So next Wednesday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shift in talking about decisions. Instead, I'm going to talk about discernments. How can we make discernments from God about what His will is? And I'm going to talk about three discernment killers in my talk. First of all, a poor self image. The poor self image being, there's no way I can know God's will because I'm a low down, rotten scoundrel and I'll never be able to know His will. The second discernment killer is perfectionism, that we feel like we always have to get it right. And if we don't get it right, we're going to be condemned or punished. And the third discernment killer is a poor God image, that God is so secretive or elusive that we're never going to be able to figure out what His will is. Then what we're going to do in our small groups is to go through what I call the stepping stones of discerning God's will. What are the steps that we can take to be able to discern what God's will is? Now, just like every other time that I do these teachings, I provide what I think is way more information than you're going to be able to cover in the time that we have. So please, this week, go through the questions and choose the questions that best fit your group. You know your group better than I do. Now, in case you are doubting it, I just want to say this. You are making a difference. You are. Now, sometimes it doesn't feel that way because we don't see always the monumental steps that people take. Sometimes we do, but usually we don't. Usually, making a difference means baby steps, that people just are making small, little baby steps. But remember this, we've got to learn those baby steps first before we can run. So you are making a difference. So thank you for being a small group leader. Thank you for loving on your people. Thank you for leading your people. You are a blessing. Have a great week, everyone.